I know damn well there's not a hippo roaming the streets of Chicago right now. How is my dad completely immune to the black and white filter? Got a new manager at work today. She kinda cute. Do I shoot my shot? It appears that I am now unemployed. Aerodynamics of a cow. I don't know what to do with this information, but yes. How do you fold your plastic shopping bags? I don't. I shove them in the cupboard and close the door quickly so they don't fall out. Which way will it land? This will create a black hole. I can literally smell this picture. Sweat, rubber, and an odd foam smell. Enjoying my smoothie on this wonderful afternoon. Bro is drinking the void. My 5-year-old niece was asked to write down her daily routine and I could not relate more. Wake up, stretch, have a moment, busy. Went outside to see my dad on this. Wait, he's onto something. I like keeping my metabolism on its toes. Like, what's it going to be today? Complete starvation or 6,000 calories. My socks from Wish arrived. Babe, what's wrong? You haven't been wearing your Pepsi socks. Sharks are amassing on the east coast. Bet they won't come on land though. In case you ever think your roommate is dumb, let me one-up you. I swear, I ain't never seen crates for sale in my life. Homie got stuck in the handrail and everybody came out to take pictures instead of helping him out. So my whole life has been a lie. Out of curiosity, did you think they had trained dragons on scene? What was I going on about? I did not know eggs were this expensive. It's time to lay my own, I fear. Graphic designer 1. Hey, how can we make sure kids won't buy this album? What if we added the hardest logo mankind has ever created? The first time a Frenchman tasted Coca-Cola, 1950. Ah, this does not taste like cigarettes and piss. Despicable. Why femboy is a slur and what to use instead. A thread. The fact I'm at risk of seeing a 14-year-old's opinion at any point during my day is a human rights violation. Your password is weak. Well, so is my memory, so let me keep it. Obsessed that these homes are the same price. Are any of you happy? I crossed the street without looking. Where are we jumping, ladies? Some girls really be claiming he's my world, but this is your 4th world in 2 months. Are you building a solar system? The Italian government has reached out to Elon Musk and Mark about staging their fight in the Colosseum. If they are going to fight in the Colosseum, they must follow the old customs. Only one of them shall walk away. Bro lost a bet and had to live in 3rd person for a day. Inside you, there are 3 women. Did you know if you get your foot stung by a stingray, they make you sit shamefully on the beach with your foot in a sack that says stingray and has stingrays on it? I want nervous chair. This girl from Germany helped raise this donkey when he was born. This is their reunion. Airdropping this to everyone in the courtroom. Do you guys think he did it? Getting ready for my first gig as a DJ. Rate my setup. Youch! Just remembered that one time in middle school where an art friend asked me if he knew what a furry was and I was like, psh, no I don't. And she asked me to draw a dog and this is what I delivered with this look in response from her. Geometry is such a scam. Guys were like, prove this is a triangle. My guy, look at it. What else could it be? Edge piece versus centerpiece. You are a psycho if you're picking an edge piece over a centerpiece. I just looked up an astronaut's salary. It's 66 to 160k. That's really low to me. Not worth the commute. If you didn't know, anger weakens your liver. Grief weakens your lungs. Worry weakens your stomach. Fear weakens your kidney. Stress weakens your heart and brain. Cool. Today I learned I'm dying. Do you ever feel like, boy out here looking like a croissant? Do not finance a pizza. This is what a school in Afghanistan looks like. We are too ungrateful. You may be old, but are you this old? This brought me way back. The virus would have been over if we let these dudes handle it. They couldn't catch a 3-year-old. Cooler ID is not enough for me. I need to know why you're cooling. I would pay an extra $6.99 a month for cooler justification. Fellas, what's your female trait? This is not a safe space, but go ahead. I'll be buying desserts and stuff. This kid is 11, and in my organic chemistry class, he said if we have any questions, just to email him. Every book you've ever read is just a combination of the same 26 letters. I physically had to look away from my screen and contemplate life really quickly. I don't know what's more upsetting, that my wife uploaded my snoring to Spotify that 44,000 people have listened to, or that she took the time to release an instrumental version. My dad is so mean. Please turn down your sad music. We can still hear you crying. And shut up already. He was ugly. I'm not crying. What is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? 3 years ago, a cute guy I worked with wanted to give me a fist bump. I thought he was pretending to hold an invisible microphone, so I leaned in forward and said hello. Has anyone figured out how to say y'all sound crazy in a professional setting? There seems to be a disconnect. The virus will end when men stop being loyal. Is this you? I was thinking about Chris, then my boyfriend texted me. I hate it here. Yo, delete the tweet please. Whisper something dirty in my ear. Your feet. Am I the only one who tried to use toothpaste for this? This guy has now made a painting in which he is painting himself, painting himself, painting himself. This is like an inception, dream within a dream within a dream. A paintception, if you will. 1950 plus fridges. I think they're fire. Which one would you take? The moment we strayed away from designs like this was the moment we failed as a society. A restaurant in Malaysia manager has a discount system based on how thin you are. I swear, someone needs to invent socks for our hands. We have something called gloves. No, stupid. Socks for our hands. No man should be responding to a compliment like this. You look good. Thank you. Okay, I'll just go fuck myself then. Cops are so childish. My brakes are all type of messed up now. What is going on here? Here is a real PC that was brought into our repair service. Happy anniversary to the DM that changed my life. What are your pronouns? He/they. Wrong answers. You can no longer send messages. Someone literally died on my flight today, so we made an emergency landing and everyone missed their connections. The guy behind me was complaining, saying, how is it an emergency if they're already dead? And I would just like to say that you, sir, are the devil. Happy 3 years to this funny thing I drew in the psych ward with Crayola twistables. They did up my meds for this. Thank you for asking. I don't get offended easily, but did you know the serving size on Oreos is 2 cookies? What kind of absolute horse shit is this? I am honestly shaking. Can we please talk about the way Quackity shows his reactions through expressions? When he's impressed or happy, you can see it in his face. Men will always fascinate me. What are you up to? Having a panic attack. Nice. Keep me posted. Well, my ex cancelled the Spotify Premium I was using, which unfortunately means I am revoking her dad's access to my Disney Plus. Good guy. I hate to see him caught in the crossfire. If you have good eyesight, which number is missing? If you ever want to kill an hour with the guy, ask him what animals he think he could take in a fight. Maybe a horse. Do I get prep time? Yeah, but the horse gets it too. Then no. A man's alone time is sacred. Women's too. Women stop existing when alone. I can't stop laughing. According to who? Look at your response. According to who? You can't even evaluate the thought in your own head. You need to outsource it to the hive mind. What is a random thing that gives you anxiety? Trying to put my change in my wallet at the cash register while people in line put pressure on me by just standing. I'm literally Asian. Help. Your name is May. Please stop appropriating Japanese names. We know your name is Amanda or some basic white name. Not allowing kids to pee or eat when they need to during school was actually so messed up. Do you ever have a conversation in your head and you pull like actual facial expressions that would fit the conversation, but then you realize how weird it must look to someone who doesn't know you're acting out a whole scenario in your head? Face reconstruction of a Roman emperor. This is just a guy from New Jersey. If a beautiful woman disagrees with me, I will immediately change my view. I've no principles. No, you won't. That is correct. I won't. Barbecuing today. I wish more people were vegan these days. I really did not ask for the opinion of a girl named Sandbox. There is a fire at my school. Ketchup does not exist. What are you having with these? Mayonnaise. Fascinated by every single choice made here. Not my family. Getting these notifications from me and my boyfriend on their Apple Watches. Kind of a bummer to have been born at the very end of the fuck around century, just to live the rest of my life in the find out century. I'm not comforted at all by how many people with science jobs in their bio are retweeting this. Sneaking snacks into the movie theater is top shelf tacky. Like, I won't be your friend anymore tacky. You got an anarchist tattoo, but scared to sneak candy into the theater. Once dated a girl who would bite her whole cake 3 bites at a time over the course of 3 weeks, and when she would run out of cake, she would go to the store and get a replacement cake. I went to the cake store with her one time, and her picture was on the wall. It was the only picture. My husband has literally not used soap in over 2 years, and most importantly, he does not smell. You know how sometimes people have a cat and they don't notice the litter box anymore, but then someone else walks into their house and the smell hits them in the face? Yeah, that's what's going on here. No idea why Airbnb business is suffering. Anyways, last time I stayed at one, I forgot to separate garbage and recycling, and the owner shot me with a bow and arrow. Exploring an abandoned theme park, I would piss my pants trying to walk on those tracks. Can't wait to surprise my wife with an organic red bell pepper. You're telling me Julius Caesar, who has been dead for well over 70 years, made this salad? Technically, you aren't wrong with that number, but I just hate it. How many colors do you see? Someone said they see 13. I see 4. Help. Me when I was in my son's life. Broke, out of shape, fat, depressed, versus me now. Sometimes you just gotta cut off that toxic person in your life. If your girl doesn't swing you around like this when you arrive home, then she's cheating. Would the CIA like to explain why a bad recreation of Sonic is in a random forest on Google Maps? What is blood doing here? Why is this girl playing Fortnite in Starbucks? Let women have hobbies. If AI ever takes over, I hope this little guy is the leader. The human race as a whole, we are so unserious. Mount Olympus, Mars, the tallest mountain in the solar system. We should go there. Why don't we make interesting drain pipes anymore? Y'all running out of stuff to complain about. What are you doing if Rihanna stares at you like this? Whatever she tells me to do. The reality of what's inside one of these vapes. You're literally sucking on a battery. Oh man, I thought it was full of multivitamins and antioxidants. He texted, get home safe, so I won't. I will not let a man win. If you stopped working today, how long can you live comfortably with what you've saved? Give or take 30 minutes. You're telling me they're played night by the same person. Every few days, Twitter discovers acting. When I die, I give everyone permission to use my death for personal gain, even if you barely know me. When I kick it, even if we've hardly ever talked, you go tell your boss a good friend died and take a day off for you. That one's on me. Netflix crime documentaries these days are like, who murdered this person? 5-hour-long episodes. We don't know. I finally reunited with my grandpa after 15 years, and the first thing he shows me is a picture of 5-year-old me that he's kept in his wallet ever since. I legit thought this was Mike Wazowski for a split second. I shared a bit of food with the crow down by the lake. Crow brought me a gift, a little stone. He rolled it over to my feet with his beak. My girlfriend is crying, weeping, while playing Mario Kart. Are you not going to let me win one? Hell no. I'm not taking a dive because you don't know how to aim with green shells. This is real life. Grow up. All my idols are getting old. Nah, seeing Tony Hawk on a cane is insane. God, I can't wait to be a homeowner in the future so I can host my family gatherings and have dinners in my dining room that looks like this. It's ridiculous how $10,000 could literally change my life and a lot of people's lives, and billionaires could spend it on like a hotel room for one night or some dumb old bottle of wine. How it started versus how it's going. White dudes will cut their grass, go to work, meet their friends for drinks in the same pair of shoes. What's wrong? What the fuck? This has got to be one of the hardest pictures from any television show. This is the next gen USPS delivery vehicle coming to your neighborhood by 2023. This is the first time I've seen a car that needs bangs. There is literally nothing funnier than this picture. I think about it 100 times a day. Interesting. No heart emojis before marriage, please. Burglary, failed to appear, domestic violence, and possession of drugs. Sweet Lord in heaven above. 5 hot dogs for dinner tonight. I just overheard this guy at a coffee shop talking about his librarian girlfriend, and he said, it's really hard to get into arguments with her because she cites her sources. Literature NFTs will change the world. That's a PDF. You're describing a PDF. The other day, I invited a guy over to do it with, and he was like, I can't, I'm eating cheesecake. And I was like, what about after? And he was like, I'm going to be full from eating all of my cheesecake. How do you work this app? Go into settings. Yeah, go into account and press delete account. Whip out 5 bands right now if you're really about it. Now whip out 10k. They're saying it's 5s and 10s under that 20. IRS, not sure if this is counterfeit, but if it's untaxed. But if it isn't, it's untaxed. Please seize him. What a relief. My son just hugged me and said, Mom, no more kids in cages. Tears of joy and tears of sadness. He did not say that. Shut the fuck up. Today, I found out the school my mom teaches at has a cat that just wanders into classrooms around campus all the time, so they recently got him a school picture and an ID card. My son accidentally colored something blue instead of green, so I told him just to color over it with yellow. And when it turned green, he asked if I'm a witch, and I did not say no, so now I bet he will clean his fucking room. I served this cute man and woman every day, and today I asked them how long they've been married. They smiled at each other and said, honey, we aren't married. She's my best friend. Ever since my wife have passed, we take care of each other. She is all I have. Ketchup is a liquid made from fruit and contains 20% sugar. That makes it soda. Some people are demanding that sodas require carbonated water. I guess that makes ketchup a sports drink like Powerade. What are the Starbucks word for small? Small coffee. What word do I say when I order? Please hurry. Someone please. Ask for a small coffee. And the barista told me to fuck off. Just settled a divorce over visitation of a parrot. Neither may teach it negative phrases about the other. I went to law school for this. Feed the cat. Boring. Oversimplifies the dynamic. Sounds like a chore. Fatten the beast. Interesting. Pleasing to the ear. Gives power where power is due. The council will now decide your fate. Hearing reports that people use Prosecco pocket for lap POV, you've just been thrown to your death by the Beatles, and they know they're too far powerful to ever be charged for your murder. Imagine coming home to this. 115 years ago today, a man arrived in a small western town, and before anyone even learned his name, he somehow died eating paste. Oh my god, there's a moth. Jury duty is a wild concept. Whenever the government wants, they can just be like, call off work, bestie. We need you to solve a murder. Here's $15. Y'all ever open a text and think, okay, I am going to reply to this when I have the energy, then boom, it's been over 2 weeks and you're a terrible person. Netflix spent $200 million on this show, then immediately cancelled it 1 month after release. I'm not even saying this as like a, haha, I don't know what this is, but I literally don't know what this is. How did $200 million get spent on something I've never seen a single image of before? Okay, so apparently there's a live-action Clifford the Red Big Dog movie, and I don't know what to think. He looks like a hot chip. Streets turned me despicable, but money still grew. New Ed Sheeran wax figure at a museum. I don't know why, but it looks like one of those mummies they find intact in ice after 5,000 years. Must you guys eat on dates? What about going hiking, golfing, taking walks in scenic areas, go-karting, bowling, sip and paint, pottery, or baking classes? I would never hike on a first date. That's astronomical. astronomically insane. Astronomers, I'm so excited to see the insert astronomical event tonight. Clouds, what's the worst thing a woman has done on a first date? Bro, we were sitting down at the restaurant, and I had to use the bathroom, and she put her leg out and tripped me. Cartoon Network is trash for letting this shit happen. Dudes are hilarious. Can I take you out? I have a boyfriend, sorry. He can go too. He just gotta pay for himself. He got you laughing. That's step one. Bruh. Audacity. Noun. Not calling and stopping by. And here you are, with the audacity. Whoever made this McFlurry for me at McDonald's deserves things I'm not about to tweet publicly. What the hell was in this spider bite? Obsessed with the tradition. I can't stop thinking about the shopping cart theory. There is no dire emergency. Do you accept your duty to return the cart even though you gain nothing? Conclusion. You must return. This is how guys look at you when you open a pack of gum in school. I finally got a girlfriend. Sigh. When will I be loved? Will you be my girlfriend? Yeah, I will take anything at this point. She seems great. She's not. My first grade teacher wrote, "Does not respond well to criticism," on my report card, and 30 years later, I'm still like, screw that hag. Ordering a pizza in a snowstorm is such a pee-pee move. Oh, the roads are too bad to drive, but let's see if this 17-year-old kid can make it in his 04 Kia. In my hungover state, I went food shopping, reached for a pack of sausages, and someone reached at the same time, so I stepped back and said, "Sorry, you go ahead." I then realized I had actually seen my own arm in a mirror and had apologized to myself in front of a lady handing out samples. Don't let anyone tell you having a girlfriend is easy. There is chocolate all over the duvet and on the beautiful throw. We can't wash that, and I'm annoyed. Don't eat chocolate in the bed again. Also, would be fun to rent a van to do a group winery day. I'm not sure how mad you are based on these two texts back to back. A guy wrote to me on Tinder calling me quite the catch because I like nachos and it's always sunny. So I wrote back saying, well, if you're impressed by that, you should see my bobs, and he unmatched me. I have literally no idea what men want. You ever watch a rich person's expression change when you ask a question that's too poor? I once bragged to a coworker that I got my out from thrifting, and my boss took me aside and said not to say I shop at thrift stores because he did not pay me enough, because it made him look bad, like he didn't pay me enough. Reader, he did not pay me enough. Thinking about a girl from camp 15 years ago, called, whose name this other girl named Brittany refused to pronounce, and gave her the nickname Sunny, and how, as revenge, decided to pretend she could not pronounce Brittany, and called her Bing Bong instead. My boyfriend came to watch me present my research at the end, and I asked for questions. He asked a super specific question that allowed me to reiterate the most interesting part of my research. He knew the answer. He wanted me to be able to highlight it again. What a man. Moved into a new building, and my neighbor joked, "I hear you constantly lecturing your boyfriend. He sounds like a handful." And I replied, "Lol, men, am I right?" Because I did not want to tell her that I'm single, and I just scolded my cat for taking a tone with me when I do everything around her. Look at how my little brother convinced me to pay a portion for his phone bill. Okay, so I have a proposition. So I want a new phone, right? Okay, so it'll be $35 a month. If I get dad to agree to pay $17 and you to get $7, which is lightweight to you because you got money, and Maya $3 since she got a job, I will have $8 left to pay. And in exchange for you, I will give you free car cleans every time you come down, which also includes me boxing your stuff for your packages. So I'm really giving you a good deal. Because think about it, see how much time it could save you. You are getting a clean car, helping with packages being brought into the store, and all that for just $7 a month.